Welcome to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. Hi, this is Saoz, the IT specialist and member at Web Development. Keyloggers, also known as keystroke loggers, are tools that can be either software programs installed on a computer system or hardware devices that capture and store the keystrokes entered on a keyboard. During a cyber attack situation where a keylogger is active on your system, it records all the information such as passwords and credit card numbers you input, as well as the websites you visit on your device. This data is then sent to a remote server where cybercriminals can access and exploit it. Pause 3S. Now that we understand what a keylogger is, you might be wondering, why are keyloggers used? Keyloggers are often used as a spyware tool by cybercriminals to steal personally identifiable information, login credentials, and sensitive enterprise data. However, not all uses of keyloggers are inherently malicious. Some uses could be considered ethical or appropriate to varying degrees. For instance, keyloggers can also be used for the following reasons: by employers to observe employees' computer activities to ensure productivity and prevent data leaks. Parents might employ keyloggers to supervise their children's internet usage and protect them from online dangers. Device owners can also use keyloggers to track possible unauthorized activity on their devices. Furthermore, law enforcement agencies may utilize keyloggers to analyze incidents involving computer use, aiding in criminal investigations. While the ethical implications of keylogger usage can be complex, it's crucial to understand both the potential benefits and risks associated with these powerful tools. Pause 2S. Keylogging, illegal in the US. Because keylogging could be classified as a breach of the Electronic Communications Privacy Act, ECPA, offenders could face up to 5 years in prison and fines up to $250,000. Pause 2S. But not all instances of keylogging are illegal. Here are some examples of legal use cases of keylogging. Pause 2S. Troubleshooting. IT departments collect user input commands to help them accurately resolve computer issues. Pause 2S. Insider threat detection. Companies monitoring for intentional cybersecurity breaches by employees. Pause 2S. Public safety. Companies monitoring for any unethical activity on their devices. Pause 2S. Research and development. The permissible collection of user information to inform product improvement efforts. Unsurprisingly, such forced market research isn't likely to be received well, as demonstrated by the controversial inclusion of keyloggers in Microsoft's Windows 10. Pause 2S. Sensitive resource security. Monitoring for any unauthorized access attempts. Pause 2S. Law enforcement. Law enforcement agencies use keyloggers to monitor criminal activity. Keyloggers can operate at different levels of a computer's operating system. Some keyloggers are software-based, where they are installed on a target system like any other software application. Others are more sophisticated and can be implemented at the hardware level, often requiring physical access to the targeted computer or device. Modern keyloggers can capture more than just keystrokes. They can also record screenshots, clipboard contents, and even microphone or webcam inputs. A keylogger's primary purpose is to capture sensitive information from the person using the targeted device, such as passwords, credit card numbers, personal messages, and other confidential data that users type on their keyboards. Keyloggers can be used for various purposes, including cybercrime, espionage, or unauthorized monitoring. There are two main types of keyloggers: software-based keyloggers and hardware-based keyloggers. Here's how each type works. Pause 3S. In this chapter, we will explore the methods and techniques used to hack with a keylogger. Keyloggers can be used to capture keystrokes, monitor user activity, and gain unauthorized access to sensitive information. Pause 2S. First, let's discuss the different types of keyloggers. As mentioned earlier, keyloggers can be software-based or hardware-based. Software keyloggers are easier to deploy remotely, often through malicious downloads, phishing emails, or compromised websites. Hardware keyloggers, on the other hand, require physical access to the device and are often harder to detect. Pause 2S. Now, how are these keyloggers installed? For software keyloggers, an attacker might use social engineering techniques to trick a user into downloading and installing the malicious software. Once installed, it can run silently in the background, capturing every keystroke and sending the data back to the attacker. Hardware keyloggers are typically small devices that are plugged into the computer's keyboard port or embedded within the keyboard itself. Pause 2S. The potential risks associated with keyloggers are significant. They can capture login credentials, credit card numbers, personal messages, and other sensitive information. This data can then be used for identity theft, financial fraud, or unauthorized access to personal or corporate accounts. Pause 2S. To protect yourself from keylogger attacks, always be cautious of suspicious emails and downloads. Use reputable antivirus software and keep your operating system and applications up to date. Additionally, consider using two-factor authentication and regularly monitoring your accounts for any unauthorized activity. Pause 2S. Understanding how keyloggers work and the risks they pose is the first step in safeguarding your digital life. Stay vigilant and informed to protect your sensitive information from falling into the wrong hands. Software keyloggers are programs or scripts that are installed on a computer system. They can be introduced through malicious downloads, infected email attachments, compromised websites, or other forms of malware distribution. Once installed, a software-based keylogger can function in various ways. Hooking keyboard input. Keyloggers can use hooks, which are mechanisms that allow them to intercept keyboard inputs before they reach the operating system or the target application. By doing so, they capture the keystrokes and can record them in a hidden log file. Kernel-level keylogging. Some advanced keyloggers operate at the kernel level of an operating system. This allows them to have greater access to system functions and can make them harder to detect and remove. Periodic data. Upload. Software keyloggers might periodically send the captured keystrokes to a remote server controlled by the attacker. This allows the attacker to access the stolen information without having physical access to the compromised device. Hardware keyloggers are physical devices that are attached to a target computer or keyboard. They can be plugged into a USB port, placed between the computer and the keyboard cable, or integrated into the computer hardware itself, such as inside a keyboard or laptop. Hardware keyloggers record keystrokes directly as they pass through the keyboard before they even reach the computer's operating system. Are there ethical concerns with keylogger use? Here are some of the ethical concerns associated with keylogger use. Privacy invasion. Using keyloggers to monitor someone's keystrokes without their consent is a violation of their privacy. In some geographies, it may be considered illegal. Data theft. Keyloggers can potentially capture sensitive information, such as passwords, credit card numbers, and personal messages. If this data falls into the wrong hands due to a malicious keylogger, it can lead to identity theft, financial loss, and other serious consequences. Consent and transparency. Ethical concerns arise when keyloggers are used without the explicit consent of the individuals being monitored. Transparency about the use of keyloggers is essential to ensure that people are aware their actions are being monitored. Abuse of trust. If keyloggers are used in relationships, workplaces, or other contexts without the knowledge of those being monitored, it can lead to a breach of trust. Security risks. Keyloggers themselves can become a security risk if they are vulnerable to hacking or if the data they capture is not properly secured. Hackers could potentially gain access to sensitive information, leading to further privacy breaches. Legal implications. In many jurisdictions, using keyloggers without proper authorization is illegal. Employers, for example, typically need to inform employees if their activities will be monitored. Violating these laws can result in legal action and fines. Potential for misuse. Keyloggers can be used for malicious purposes, such as stalking, cyberbullying, or espionage. When such tools are abused, they can cause serious harm to individuals and organizations. Unintended consequences. Even if the intent behind using a keylogger is benign, unintended consequences can arise. For instance, a keylogger meant to protect a child from online dangers might inadvertently expose them to other risks. Section 6. Software Solutions Anti-Keylogger Programs. Anti-Keylogger software acts as a digital bodyguard for your keystrokes, actively scanning, detecting, and neutralizing keylogger threats. These specialized programs employ various techniques to combat keyloggers. They maintain a constantly updated database of known keylogger signatures, allowing them to identify and quarantine or remove malicious programs. Real-time protection is another crucial feature, actively monitoring your system for suspicious activities and blocking keyloggers from installing or running in the background. Some advanced anti-keylogger programs even offer keystroke encryption, scrambling your keystrokes before they reach the operating system, making it impossible for keyloggers to capture meaningful data. Choosing a reputable and reliable anti-keylogger program is essential. Look for well-known brands with a proven track record of effectiveness and regular updates to stay ahead of emerging threats. Consider programs that offer comprehensive protection, including real-time monitoring, behavioral analysis, and automatic updates. Section 7. Vigilance is key-safe browsing habits. While software solutions provide a robust defense against keyloggers, adopting safe browsing habits is equally crucial in minimizing your risk. Exercise caution when clicking on links or opening attachments from unknown senders. Phishing emails and malicious websites often serve as entry points for keyloggers and other malware. Be wary of downloading software from untrusted sources. Stick to official app stores or reputable websites to minimize the risk of installing software bundled with keyloggers. Pay attention to website security. Look for websites with https:/ in the address bar, indicating a secure connection. Secure websites encrypt your data, making it harder for keyloggers to intercept your information. Regularly clear your browser's cache, cookies, and browsing history. This helps remove any traces of your online activity that keyloggers could potentially capture. Remember, vigilance is your first line of defense. By being mindful of your online actions and exercising caution, you can significantly reduce your exposure to keylogger threats. Section 8. Physical security matters, protecting your hardware. Hardware keyloggers intercept keystrokes before they reach your computer's software. Be mindful of devices you use, especially in public places. Avoid using public computers for sensitive transactions. Regularly inspect your keyboard and computer for suspicious devices. Pay attention to unusual attachments on your keyboard's cable or USB ports. Disconnect suspicious devices immediately and seek professional help. Section 9. The mobile front. Keyloggers on smartphones. Keyloggers can infect smartphones, putting your personal data and online activities at risk. They can be installed through malicious apps, phishing links, or compromised charging stations. Operating discreetly, they record messages, call logs, passwords, and track your location. Be cautious about the apps you download, stick to official app stores, and avoid unknown sources. Pay attention to app permissions. Be wary of apps requesting access to sensitive data without a legitimate reason. Keep your smartphone updated with the latest security patches. Regularly scan your device with a reputable mobile security app. Be cautious about using public Wi-Fi networks. Use a VPN to encrypt your internet traffic on public Wi-Fi. Section 10. The future of keylogging, trends and concerns. As technology evolves, so do the methods and sophistication of keyloggers, making it crucial to stay informed about emerging trends and concerns. One growing concern is the rise of AI-powered keyloggers. These sophisticated programs can analyze typing patterns, predict keystrokes, and even bypass traditional detection methods. Another trend is the increasing use of keyloggers in targeted attacks. Cybercriminals are now customizing keyloggers to target specific individuals or organizations, making them more difficult to detect and more damaging in their impact. The increasing use of Internet of Things, or IoT devices, also presents new opportunities for keyloggers. As more devices become interconnected, they become potential targets for keylogging, putting sensitive data at risk. To stay ahead of these evolving threats, it is essential to remain vigilant, adopt proactive security measures, and stay informed about the latest cybersecurity trends and best practices. Section 11. Conclusion: staying ahead in the digital age. In the digital age, where our lives are intricately intertwined with technology, safeguarding our privacy and security is paramount. Keyloggers lurking in the shadows of cyberspace pose a constant threat, silently capturing our every keystroke and compromising our most sensitive information. By understanding the workings of keyloggers, recognizing the signs of their presence, and implementing effective protection measures, we can navigate the digital landscape with greater confidence and security. Remember, vigilance is key. Be cautious about the websites you visit, the links you click, and the software you download. Keep your devices updated, use strong and unique passwords, and consider investing in reputable anti-keylogger software. By staying informed, adopting proactive security measures, and remaining vigilant, we can stay ahead of the curve and protect ourselves from the invisible threat of keyloggers.